Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. My name is Slick, and today we'll talk about my 2002 Honda S2000. So one of the things that I want to talk about first is the front bumper. It is a C West style from Duraflex. That and the hood. One of the reasons why I even went with that company is because, at least back then, like around 2005, 2008, they were a very reputable company. Nowadays, they're not as good as I thought anymore. So one of the things that's going to be changing is the front bumper for this car, and especially the hood. As you can tell, like there is some gaps between the headlight of the fenders, and even with the hood, there's a very noticeable gap, which sucks. But this is something that I wanted to do for a very long time, and especially with this company. But it's okay. It's something that's going to be getting changed pretty soon. Next, I'll talk about my carbon fiber hood. The hood is from the same company that the front bumper is made from. It's just the front bumper is just manufactured by Duraflex, and I believe the hood is made from Carbon Creations. Carbon Creations is like a co-company from Duraflex. Same thing. Essentially, it's the same thing. One of the reasons I even got this hood, this is something that I always wanted when I was younger. I always wanted this design, and I believe when I start going on with this build, I'm gonna get the same type of hood, just a better quality. But as you can tell, it has four vents on each side. Very good cooling. So up next, I'm gonna talk about the wheels. And the wheels are 17-inch all the way around, and these are sponsored by Wheel Lab. These are Inky RPF ones. Now, one of the reasons why I went with these RPF ones is that my sponsor Wheel Lab, they spoke highly about these RPF ones, and I really didn't know that much about wheel fitment, and I didn't want to take a guess on measurements and just end up just screwing myself over. I looked for a couple different wheel options, but the RPF ones just kept sticking out, and they look pretty cool. A lot of people love them. A lot of people don't like them as much because they're very common, especially on S2000s, or actually just in all cars in general. A lot of the car shows that I've been to last year, a lot of people was rocking RPF ones, but I like them. They look pretty cool. They're lightweight. They never go out of style. So up next, I'm gonna talk about what's underneath the hood. Now, I didn't know if I wanted to go turbocharged or supercharged, so instead of worrying about that, I drew my attention towards the reliability. So I called Mishimoto up, and they ended up sponsoring me with the oil cooler that you've seen, the radiator, and there is a radiator fan and shroud in there as well, and along with the silicone hoses. I had this installed for over a year and a half, never had a problem with them. I drove from Minnesota to Florida and on back, never had overheating issues, never had any type of leaks with any of the parts. If you're looking for anything related, I would probably suggest going to Mishimoto. So let's talk about the interior. One of the main things about this car, I'm a huge fan of Sparkle, and one of the main things that you see in here is that I have a pair of Sparkle seats, which are R100s. I have a Sparkle shift knob. I also have a Momo steering wheel and a set of odometer gauges, which displays my oil temp and my oil pressure. Other than that, it's pretty common in here. I do have a radio, a Bluetooth radio. For the sound system, I actually made a custom rear speakers. I found out when I got this car that this car does not come with rear speakers, they only just have the front. So I ended up making an entire wiring harness for a new set of front speakers with tweeters and 2 rear speakers, 2 6x9 speakers. So I'm running 6x5s in the front and a pair of 6x9s in the rear. I removed the soft top so I can install those rear speakers in there. All controlled with a kicker amp. All my speakers is from kicker, so is my amp. So up in the rear, it's pretty much stock. It's the AP1 rear bumper, and I used to have a diffuser. Long story short, I was on a road trip and I had to ditch it in Wisconsin, which sucked. I'll probably leave a picture of how it used to look with the diffuser on somewhere. I also have a Skunk 2 exhaust. Also, one of my sponsors, a 6-Beat, they sent me a toe strap and an antenna. So that's pretty much it for the video. You can see I'm back home. So if you like the car and you like what you see, stay tuned. There's a lot of big things going to be happening. I also do gaming videos as well, just to pass the time if I'm not working on my car. It is pretty cold outside, so I can't really be out there as much as I want to. A lot of the things that was done to the car could have been possible without my sponsors. So I like to thank Mishimoto, Autometer, Wheel Lab, and 6-Speed. They helped out a lot. Very friendly to talk to, and I irritated the living hell out of them, and they still put up with me after all this time. So big thanks to them. Could not have done it without them. So until next time, peace.